The famous Greek philosopher's manual of life begins by emphasizing the distinction between things under our control and those beyond our control. It asserts that opinions, preferences, desires, and aversions, which are inherent to our actions, are under our control. Conversely, things like our body, wealth, reputation, and authorities, which are not inherent to our actions, are beyond our control. To lead a fulfilling life with fewer emotional burdens, it is essential to focus our energy on what we can control and disregard what we cannot. One of the significant challenges humans face is the impact of others' opinions and judgments. It is nearly inevitable to be influenced, either positively or negatively, by external judgments. To overcome this, it is crucial to understand that we have no control over the opinions of others, insults, or personal attacks. The Manual of Life teaches us how to respond when we are the target of such offenses. This video aims to extract teachings from the Manual of Life to help you achieve a mental state that shields you from the suffering caused by external judgments. Through 8 principles derived from Epictetus's Manual of Life, you will learn why it's unnecessary to worry about external opinions and how to reach a state where they cannot harm you. If you are new here, please consider subscribing to ensure you don't miss any valuable content. Watch until the end to gain a comprehensive understanding of these principles and their practical applications. Now, let's begin. Principle 1. Handling insults and offenses. Epictetus advises us to remember that when someone insults or strikes us, it's not the action itself that is insulting, but our judgment that deems it offensive. Therefore, when someone provokes you, recognize that it's your own opinion causing the disturbance. Try not to be swayed by appearances, because with time and composure, it becomes easier to control your reactions. To not care about others' opinions, it's crucial to understand that insults or offenses are not inherently harmful. The emotional distress comes from how we internalize them. When someone belittles or disrespects you, understand that the insult can only harm you if you allow it to affect you negatively. In life, the true measure of a person's worth lies in their ability to endure adversity. So, when insulted or offended, ask yourself if you want to win or lose, whether you want to yield to something beyond your control. This is analogous to Stoicism and desires. Instead of fighting against desire, we should focus on how we process it. Similarly, by not allowing insults to disturb us, we become emotionally resilient and capable of facing adversity without being swayed by others' negativity. Principle 2. Maintaining firm purposes. In this principle, Epictetus teaches us that to avoid being affected by others' opinions, we should be prepared to face ridicule and mockery if we pursue our firm purposes. If your firm purpose is to understand philosophy, be ready for the crowd to ridicule you, saying things like, "Suddenly, he became a philosopher," or questioning your newfound attitude. It's essential not to adopt an arrogant attitude but to remain steadfast in pursuing what contributes to your well-being. If you stay resolute, those who once ridiculed you may eventually come to admire you. This principle isn't limited to becoming a philosopher, it can be applied to any aspect of life. Many people forsake their true talents to appease dissenting voices. Epictetus reminds us that if we allow our purposes to be swayed by the fear of others' opinions, it's not a failure due to a lack of effort but a failure because we yielded to external judgments. It's crucial to prioritize your true goals and make decisions based on your own principles, rather than succumbing to social pressure or fear of criticism. Principle 3. Indifference to negative opinions. When someone harms or speaks ill of you, remember that they believe they are justified in doing so. However, it's crucial to recognize that not everyone will act in alignment with your own values and standards. People have their unique perspectives and values, and you cannot control how they perceive you. When they judge you unfairly, they are, in fact, harming themselves by missing the opportunity to understand you better. In all situations, practice patience in enduring judgments from others and remind yourself not to invest too much in other people's opinions about you. What truly matters is that you know who you are and stay true to your values. For instance, imagine you're an emerging artist who has created a painting that represents your vision and style. You proudly share it on social media, but you receive negative comments criticizing your color choices and techniques. In this scenario, remember that those individuals are entitled to their opinions, which may not align with your artistic style. You cannot control their perception of your work. Instead of allowing negative opinions to undermine your confidence, patiently endure and reaffirm that your artwork reflects your unique quality and personalization as intended. Principle 4. Cultivating mental resilience. According to Epictetus, in today's fast-paced world, external circumstances often dictate our emotional state. Whether it's a colleague's rude comment or an unexpected obstacle, we tend to surrender our inner peace to external negativity. Epictetus, the ancient Stoic philosopher, advises us to treat our minds with the same care as our physical bodies. Just as we wouldn't give our home keys to a stranger, we should not allow insults or obstacles to disturb our mental state. The solution lies in building a fortress of self-discipline and mental resilience. Recognize that an insult only becomes an offense when you perceive it as such. The power to maintain your inner peace resides within you, not in the words or actions of others. When you feel anger or disappointment creeping in, pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself if it's worth sacrificing your peace of mind. Often, you'll find that it's not. By practicing this form of self-control, you can avoid unnecessary emotional fluctuations, enrich your life with newfound inner tranquility, and develop a resilient mind that can withstand life's challenges. Imagine the freedom that comes with mastering your emotions. Are you ready to fortify your mental well-being and restore peace? Share your thoughts in the comments below as we continue to explore the transformative power of Stoic principles. What steps will you take today to safeguard your mental fortress? Let's build a community based on the wisdom of Stoicism together. Principle 5. Disregard the fear of living in shame. Epictetus advises against worrying about the idea of living in shame. If you believe that not receiving respect is a terrible thing, you grant others the power to make you unhappy. However, the truth is that your worth is defined by things within your control and the choices you make. This principle is especially relevant in our digital age, where seeking social validation, especially on social media, can be detrimental to our well-being. It's essential to ask yourself if it's worth compromising your true self for temporary satisfaction or placing your mental happiness in the hands of others. The answer should be a resounding no. Reflect on whether changing your nature to gain popularity or approval is genuinely worthwhile. Do you genuinely believe that your happiness depends on how famous or well-liked you are? Living in constant pursuit of others' approval will lead to perpetual tension because your happiness will never be in your control. A fundamental aspect of Stoic philosophy is to care only about what you can control and remain indifferent to what you cannot. In terms of being offended, remember that no one can hurt you unless you allow them to. When someone harms or criticizes you, they believe they are justified in doing so, even if their perspective differs from yours. Just as you can't control the weather, you can't control how others perceive you. Practice patience and accept that not everything is within your control, and this will lead to a happier and more peaceful life. When someone judges you based on a misconception, it's their misunderstanding, not yours. Be tolerant of those who speak ill of you, and remind yourself that it's their perspective, not your reality. Principle 6. Act according to your best judgment. Epictetus emphasizes that you should not be ashamed when others see you acting in alignment with your principles, even if they misunderstand your actions. Self-expression and self-realization require courage and a commitment to protecting your values and principles. If you believe your actions are right, there's no need to fear the judgment of others. Confidence in accepting yourself and your decisions is crucial. It's impossible to gain unanimous approval from everyone, and that's perfectly normal. This principle also applies to our behavior on social media, where our happiness can become overly dependent on popularity and validation. Sometimes, we may feel compelled to act to please others instead of following our own path. For instance, imagine you're a scientific researcher working on a groundbreaking project. Your research has the potential to revolutionize our understanding of a critical issue. When you share your findings with the scientific community, some will support your work, while others will criticize your methods. In such cases, it's essential not to alter your research methods under the pressure of others' opinions. Stick to your principles and continue developing your work in the direction you believe is right. This preserves your independence and creative thinking and prevents you from being swayed by misguided judgments. Remember that self-acceptance and your ability to make decisions are more valuable than the judgment of others. Maintaining confidence in yourself and your values will propel you further along the path of life. Principle 7. Exercise self-control over insults turning into offenses. Epictetus emphasizes the importance of treating our minds with the same respect as we do our bodies. Just as we wouldn't allow a stranger into our home, we shouldn't allow an insult to become an offense that lingers within us for days. When someone insults us and we treat it as a crime against our well-being, we effectively permit that person to intrude into our inner self. Imagine a close friend betraying your trust by revealing a confidential secret and expressing a negative evaluation of you. Initially, you might feel anger and hurt, as if your soul has been violated. However, with reflection, you can realize that your friend's perspective may be mistaken, and their negativity should not dominate your soul. By understanding and forgiving, you preserve your self-confidence and trust in the friendship, preventing this incident from controlling your emotions. Accumulating discipline and self-control over emotions is crucial in life, including within family dynamics. Controlling anger can prevent unnecessary suffering and improve your overall well-being, leading to significant positive changes in your life. Principle 8. Recognizing that no one can truly hurt you. This principle urges us to analyze the motives behind insults. Epictetus reminds us that not everyone will act according to our worldview or values, and expecting such uniformity is naive. When someone insults you, believing they understand you deeply, remember that only you truly understand your thoughts, actions, and motivations. Therefore, if a stranger insults you, ask yourself if you have acted wrongly. If the answer is no, try to understand the motive behind the insult. You cannot expect everyone to share your perspective. Consider a situation where someone strongly criticizes your opinion during a discussion with friends. According to Stoic philosophy, handle it by re-examining your opinion, defending it calmly, maintaining composure, understanding different viewpoints, and using criticism as an opportunity for growth. With Stoic principles, you can navigate criticism gracefully, maintain inner peace, and focus on personal development. In cases where you have acted correctly and face a lack of understanding behind the insult, be content knowing that you are the one who understands yourself best. Avoid bearing the burden of regret, as Epictetus suggests that those who insult you only see you from their limited perspective. I'd like to conclude with a powerful lesson from Epictetus. Do you think you will last long enough to become worthy of the highest progress and adhere to the principles of the philosophy you have received? The philosophical principles you should be familiar with. Are you waiting for another teacher to start improving? You are no longer a child but an adult. So, if you continue to be negligent, lazy, and constantly procrastinate, life will pass by while you are still blind, until the day you die. Reflecting on this message, it's a reminder that time is limited, and the responsibility for personal growth and self-improvement lies with us. We have the knowledge and principles needed for progress. There's no need to wait for someone else to guide us. We must take action, overcome laziness and procrastination, and make the most of our time. As adults, it's up to us to seize the opportunities for growth and wisdom that life offers. I would love to hear your thoughts on this video. Please share your insights and feedback in the comments. If you're new here, remember to like and subscribe to join us on the journey of knowledge. See you in the next videos.